Fabiana Aziza Cunningham, is that right?
It is.
So where's the red hair and freckles, Cunningham?
My mother was a Roman gypsy who settled in Vinegar Hill in Harlem in the 1960s.
And your father?
A local parish priest.
Ooh, got more than his palm read, did he? All right, Cunningham, I think it's only fair at this juncture to tell you some things about myself. Things that may perhaps inspire you to take your little mission somewhere else. For example, I strongly dislike tapioca pudding.
Tapioca the worst. I spit on it.
Sit down! But even more than tapioca, Cunningham, I dislike the following. Defense attorneys as a rule, half-breeds in general, and Judas Iscariot is anything other than some cautionary tale. Now, is that a problem for you?
No.
You ever met God, Cunningham?
I don't know that I believe in God.
You just handed me a writ signed by him, yet you don't know if you believe?
Correct.
Well, what if God appeared to you, Cunningham? Did just one day, boom! God, white beard, Floyd robe, the whole rack of lamb.
Your Honor.
Well, what if you were to go home tonight, Cunningham, and Jesus Christ himself were to meet you at the door with a dozen Krispy Kremes and a quart of cold milk and say, Cunningham, Fabiana, it's me. I really am the thing that you've always feared more than doubted. What would you do?
Your Honor.
And what would you do if you let him in, Cunningham, and you sat down with the man for just say 3 minutes? And you could touch him and inspect him and interrogate him all you want and have him do miracles and tell you the exact story of your life, and you ended up convinced, Cunningham, wiping away tears of joy and relief on your living room couch. If he proved it to you, Cunningham, would you believe in him?
If he proved it, I suppose I would have to.
After only 3 minutes.
But that would never happen.
Cunningham, you're the cynical, faceless spawn of a crackpot gypsy and a defrocked Mick. Yet you just told me Jesus would have you on your knees in 3 minutes. So consider this, your friend Judas. He had Jesus for 3 years. Think about that, Cunningham. 3 years in the foxhole with the very best friend you ever had, and he shot him in the back for a pack of cools. What that says about the essential character of the man. Now you can go home and stir that into your wee gypsy teapot. The petition's invalid, motion denied. Next case.
Pure genius, I am erect.
Your Honor, this petition is signed by God.
Yeah, but it's not signed by your client now, is it?
My client is catatonic. He's incapable of signing.
Well, if he's catatonic, then how do you know he wants an appeal in the first place?
Who wouldn't want to appeal eternal damnation?
Someone who's aware of his own self-inflicted erosion of the capacity to be filled by grace? Someone too prideful to ask for forgiveness, even in the face of a fiery furnace? Or maybe he don't bother asking because he knows he don't deserve it.
Your Honor, the only person who needs forgiveness is the one who doesn't deserve it.
Then let him ask!
I'm asking for him.
Out of my courtroom, sister. May God have mercy on your blasted, arrogant soul. Now get thee back uptown, woman. Stop your rabble-rousing. Get humble. Because you ain't going to get to heaven by trying to dismantle the natural order of things that the good Lord has so thoughtfully put together.
Your Honor, are you a citizen of heaven?
Bailiff, remove this woman.
You live here with us. You know more about God's law than anyone else in this court.
Well, my papers are pending. I'll be up there any day now.
Your papers have been pending since 1864. Your Honor, that's 140
If there is
years.
an insinuation at the end of that statement, Judge Cunningham, I suggest that you don't make it.
Not an insinuation, Your Honor, but a question. If the truth really does set us free, then what is it, Your Honor, that is progressively precluding your capacity to respond to the call of that truth? Because 140 years suggests to me that you are moving not closer, but farther and farther away every day.
Well, what the hell does Judas Iscariot have to do with my truth, Cunningham? I didn't hang myself for some olive branch.
Not from an olive branch, but on a battlefield in northern Georgia in 1864, Alatoona, and the tree, oak, I believe. Your Honor, I have to wonder what your honest answer will be when you are someday asked how different you are now from the day when you died.
Tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Does that work for you?
It does.
Put it on the docket.
Nice.